Hi, I'm Kurt Iden. I'm the owner of IDENBARNHOMES. I've always loved barns. I grew up on a farm, and as a boy I played in barns. And today I get to work barns, convert them, restore them, and I have assembled a team that enjoys the same thing. We convert barns into beautiful spaces. We like preserving the old wood. We like showing off the interior structure of a barn without encumbering it with too many walls. As a boy, I grew up on a farm playing and working in the old barn. It was a playground for me that was unlike any other. The old posts and beams, the old iron on the hanging up the harnesses, the ladders, the wooden stairs, and I think I have never lost that love of the barns. And so today, one of the things I really like about what I do is that I can save barns from being burned down or just chopped up, and I can have them be a home for people who love barns as well. One of the reasons why I got into the business of converting barns and restoring barns, it's an absolute joy to see a barn saved. Many barns are on the chopping block due to either taxes or just the ruining of farming in an area. And we have that privilege to save barns, convert them for you to be your special place. Another important aspect of converting a barn is the fact that it's really green technology. You know, we're saving this whole building. We will re-erect the entire timber frame. We don't have to go out and cut down a couple of dozen trees in order to put up what was already there. Many times we'll use siding, we'll use the or roofer boards, or we'll use the old threshing floors for finishing touches in the barn. Perhaps they're going to be relaid as flooring. They might be some wall covering. Some of it might get used for furniture. In the conversion process of creating a living space in a barn, the main goal for us is to preserve the interior structure, the mellowness of the beams. Sometimes they're hand-hewn, sometimes they're old pit-sawn timbers. They are joined using old-world mortise and tenon joinery with wooden nails, or pins as some of the old-timers call them. And so in the process of changing this barn space into a home space, we look for ways where we can run those things that you don't want to see inside enclosed areas, such as a closet or the other side of a wall, where we might actually hide the guts of modern conveniences, so that we can keep the barn itself looking like nothing's really happened. It's just this beautiful old timber frame barn, which is now a living space. We think it's very important to work very closely with the client in the design processing of developing the space that the barn is going to provide for that client. We use our own imagination, of course, and our own experience, which has a lot to do with how a space can be used and how we can still have the modern day conveniences without making that space too modern, so that it still remains a barn. We use many of the old tools that were used hundreds of years ago. Most of these buildings are mortise and tenon. Many of them are hand-hewn. Some of them are pit-sawn. In order to, for instance, repair a beam that may have gone bad in an old barn, we need to use the same joinery and the same wood, usually a recycled beam from another building, in order to restore that part of the barn. We have barns available for purchase. We have several types right now. Two of them can be bank barns, three can be grate barns. A fourth one actually is a stone and chestnut frame bank barn that we can relocate to your property. We use Google SketchUp to help us take a barn, which is a found object, and create spaces that the client can literally experience on the inside and outside. SketchUp has worked for us in taking a barn frame, putting it into a computer model, and then we can take that model and change it. We can move it. We can put rooms in, take rooms out. We can put spaces. We can move spaces, so that the client can experience inside and outside how this barn frame might work for them. We are now able to recreate, for instance, hand-hewn beam textures on the posts and beams of a timber frame in this computer model as it's being shown to the client. We're able to show how a wood floor made out of using recycled barn material would actually look in place, instead of just something that would be painted brown by a watercolor. We can show a stone wall in the manner in which it actually would look using Google SketchUp for the client to see how all these things would fit together and give them what they want. The most satisfying part of what I do is preserving that spiritual sense in a barn. The height of the timbers, the height of the roof, the mellowness of the textures. It is an amazing feeling to be in that space before it's converted and after the conversion. We know how to do it because we've done it so many times.